Okay, so conditions. What do I want to say about conditions? Well, first of all, this page will be devoted to the very numerous conditions that many of us deal with on a daily basis. Things like, chronic conditions as far as diabetes and high blood pressure, gastrointestinal issues. I intend to cover lots of different maladies and kind of my perspective on them, as well as, what is conventional medicine. I also study Ayurveda, so there'll be some different influences as far as my perspective goes, but I will also try and cover things in as much of a conventional way as possible. But before we get into any specific conditions, I want to discuss what I believe is the most important condition. And without having a thorough understanding of this condition, I don't know that anything on this site will really resonate with you completely. And that is the condition of our minds. We are in a place where over the last, I don't know how many years, for at least for as long as I have been alive, and probably for generations before that, we have slowly been giving away responsibility for things, specifically our health. We put the responsibility for our health into the hands of our doctors and into pharmaceuticals and into all these procedures and techniques and things that, external things that are meant to fix our health or prevent, things from happening and all that sort of stuff. But we've also put responsibility for our education into hands outside of ourselves. We send our kids off to school with the hopes that, a public school system is going to educate our kids. We don't take responsibility for the way we treat the earth and even our neighbors. Now we have, things like social media where we're able to type up a quick, negative comment or insult somebody and then we move on, and we don't actually have to take responsibility for a lot of the stuff that we're doing. And I feel that has drastically impacted our health, our interactions with each other, our role in society. And I'm hoping that we can kind of think through those things and talk through them here and just in general. When we give away our responsibility, we also give away control. Because if we're not willing to step up and say, hey, I realize I just put that Twinkie in my mouth and I'm going to take responsibility for it. If you don't take responsibility for it, then you have no control over what happens. And some people are okay there, and I get that. And, everyone's on their own journey, as I say. But if you're really going to want to institute the things that I talk about, and if you really want to change the trajectory of some of these conditions, you really have to understand the condition of your mind. I once was put on the spot. I was in a class for something I was taking related to work, and we all had to give an impromptu 5-minute speech, 5-minute motivational speech, and it had to be a persuasive talk. And I hate public speaking. In fact, I hate doing what I'm doing right now, but hey, we just push through. And so I was quickly thinking about what it was that I could do, and I had my lunch with me, and there was a package of carrots, and I pulled out a carrot and I walked up to the front of the room and I said, it was a speech persuading people to eat healthy, but essentially, here's this carrot and I'm going to eat this carrot, and in a couple hours my body's going to break down this carrot, and then my body's going to use the proteins and the carbohydrates and all the things from that carrot in order to build my new cells. So do I want my new cells built out of a carrot, or do I want my new cells built out of a Twinkie? So until we take responsibility for the stuff we're putting in our mouth, for the stuff we're allowing into our brain, for the stuff that's coming out of our mouth, from the way we treat people, from the way we treat ourselves. Until we take responsibility for the condition of our mind, we will not have responsibility and we will not have control over the condition of our body. And in my opinion, it all starts there. So, that being said, as you read through my different topics, my different conditions that I have posted here, consider the role of your mind and the condition of your mind as it relates to all these things. And think about how you can take responsibility for any aspect. Eventually all aspects, but just start with one. Okay? Thanks.